You're watching Monday's Not Just Crew.
Well, a very good evening to you on this Monday's Not Just Crew. Welcome. First warning, if you've got any children, especially small children in the room, you may want to ask them to leave, because we have got a very special guest that you may not want them to meet just yet. I'll give you 2 seconds. Right, hope they're out of the room. Right, I am going to bring into the studio Santa. Sorry, it's incorrect spelling on my my autograph here, and it's the one and only Santa Costello. Here he is. Here he is. After...
Oh, what a surprise, Trevor! It's wonderful to see you.
You have had an adventure and a half, and we have all been watching very, very carefully. You put out some brilliant reels, honestly, some brilliant, what's the word? Dream. The dream that we've all been dreaming since we were since we were children. So listen, obviously most people knew you at TUI. Then there was a bit of radio silence, and then you suddenly appeared in Lapland. Let's just take you back to maybe, because a lot of people, we haven't done a show together since you even went to TUI. So give us a quick recap on last summer after you left being a dispatcher. I mean, the rumor was going around that you are addicted to training courses. So let's go back. You left being a dispatcher after a couple of months, and then tell us a bit about your journey with TUI and then how you went on to your next job.
Yeah, I do like the mental stress and the pressures that a training course and exams will put you through, Trev, as you are fully aware of that. So yeah, I don't mind a training course, to be fair. I find them quite good and therapeutic, especially when you get through the end. But yeah, after I finished my dispatching at Newcastle Airport with TUI, I started my dispatching with Swissport at Newcastle Airport. I started lucky enough to get the job as cabin crew out in Newcastle for TUI. So yeah, usual thing, 6 weeks training course, get through all of that. That was incredible. Met some amazing people. The training was brilliant. The guys there in the training department at TUI, fantastic. Very reminiscent to my days in the 90s going through a training at Virgin. Really close, very thorough and enjoyable. Can I say that? I'm going to. It was enjoyable. And yeah, started the summer season flying out of Newcastle Airport, 15 minutes from my house to the airport, into the crew room. Standbys are a dream, Trev. Standbys.
Yeah. I never thought I'd hear anyone say that.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, and like, so on the rare times that you did get used on standby, and
rare.
Rare.
Wow.
Incredible, because sickness at TUI is not a very big thing, to be fair. Everybody comes up, turns up, does the job. Working on the 737, there's only 4 crew. Yeah. And it was just the summer, excuse the pun, flew by. The passengers, amazing, Trev, because they're all from the northeast, so they all get like kind of the same sense of humour. Everyone wants to get on board, have a great time, interact with the crew. The crew want to interact with each other. Your short 4 or 5 hour flights to Paphos or wherever can be the most enjoyable. Yeah, hard working. That's what it's like on short haul and mid haul. Hard working flights, but really enjoyable. So that summer was fantastic. I've loved it, and I'm lucky enough I can go back this year and do exactly the same again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and going back on that course, it was quite. I mean, I haven't done a full ab initio training course since last century, in fact. So it's been a long time to me. Split this question into 2. Firstly, what was it like going back to a smaller airline? I know you had a brief time with Flybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but were you probably the one of the eldest on that course? And how did it actually feel to go back into like charter? That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wasn't the oldest. There was a lady on who was maybe a year older than me. Unfortunately, She didn't get through the course. It's brutal, as you know. It's pass or fail. If you don't put the work in and you don't pass the exams, then you don't complete the course. It's as simple as that. She hadn't come from an aviation background. She hadn't been cabin crew before. She came from a nursing background, so it was all alien to her. So the practical side of the job that we do, she wasn't really getting up to speed with it, even though we tried to help her through every kind of like module that we did. It's not for everyone. So I was the second oldest on that course. It was 6 weeks. It was all down at Gatwick. So I'm familiar, as you know, with Gatwick area, with my daughter being down there, a lot of my friends. But it was really nice to be in the Crawley area for that whole duration of the time. And it was awesome.
Well, you can see my face is lighting up here with glee and happiness for you. I might have to go to an advert soon. It's a beautiful day here, actually. I
love it. The sun is shining on your mouth. Look at that.
It is. Well, I've just had my teeth whitened, and I'm having a full Colgate moment here. So so you got through the training course. And I think you're actually wanting, because I really enjoyed both my training courses, both with Air 2000 and Virgin. Why other people seem to be worried sick every day they came in. I sort of absolutely enjoyed it. But so literally your first flight out online, were the crew you joined, were they amazed at how easy you went into your first flight?
Yeah, it was like I'd never been away. Well, I'd come before I did the dispatching at Newcastle, Trev, wasn't I? I did a year of course for ultra long haul. So, like, you know, even though I'd had that 10-year gap working for the ambulance service and then flying, doing the training at Qantas, which was like another level of training, that was brutal.
Yeah,
that was so difficult. But I had that full year of learning new things, flying on the A380, flying on the 787, flying to like Australia and Singapore. So I had that experience. So even though I was only dispatching for 6 months, going back working on the plane, it's exactly the same. You are that individual. You're in the cabin. You're talking to the passengers. Procedures with your cabin safety, your demo, and locations of all your portable equipment and the drills. The only thing you have to get your head around is the difficulty of unlearning all the stuff that you had done at Virgin, at Qantas, at Flybe, and trying to erase that and twist a little bit to how TUI want you to learn things and what things are like in their manual. That was the difficult part, but I didn't find it that difficult, because I'm going to put it all down to like how well the instructors delivered.
Yeah, of
course. They were amazing. They made it, they took the stress out of everything for not just me, for the whole crew. The whole people on that training course, they were phenomenal.
Yeah, and say, I mean, we're going to move into your next step in your career, which technically also involves aviation, but in a slightly different way. And I suppose it was seasonal flying in your next job, which we'll talk about in a sec. But your contract on this particular one was a seasonal contract. Yeah. How did you feel about coming to the end of that? Did you come to any contract before you went into your next career?
Yeah, to be fair, it was a bit of a leap into the unknown, because like your season with TUI out in Newcastle, it begins in March and it ends the end of October. So I was kind of like just thinking, right, let's just enjoy myself for the summer with TUI. And a few months before, let's start looking at what I can do over the winter period. Now, I know we have our hands full. We're not just crew, doing a lot of work in regards to everything that we do in NJC. But obviously, you need the money to come in, don't you? I've still got bills to pay. Steph's still flying, obviously. But I still need to be doing something where bringing the money in. So I started looking at alternative things to do over the winter period. I applied for, I think, 6 different jobs, got offered 5 of them. Ranging from like delivering cars all around the country for garages, and the one that we're going to discuss very soon. Anyway, I applied for about 4, 5 or 6 of them, got offered 5 of them. So it was kind of like, which one am I going to do over the winter? Because I did get offered to work for Hayes Travel as well over the winter period. For the travel agents in store. And I know a lot of the crew do that. And I was like thinking, yeah, I can do that. It'll bring the money in. But will I enjoy it? Not as much as this I was not going to enjoy, without a doubt.
Yeah, exactly. Look, now's a pretty good time to go to a break, and then we'll come back straight after, and then we'll endeavour to go through what happened next. Join us in a couple of moments.
Are you ready to hear about the wild side of air travel? Take a peek behind the curtain of the flight attendant's life. The Red Eye podcast tells the outrageous stories of flight attendants and their passengers, from sky-high antics like this.
5A stood in front of them, grinning like a naughty child, totally naked,
to layover escapades like this.
throwing her hand across her mouth as Pete fell hard on top of her.
Get the inside scoop on cabin cruise adventures. Subscribe now to The Red Eye, wherever you listen to your podcasts.